today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Vikings send out their punter. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still 2nd down.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
The second down.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. He was covered by Richard Sherman.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
One of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Wentz now on first down. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Pass incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Brings up third down and 1.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Again, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Yetur Gross-Matos drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. DJ Waddle. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Loss of 13 yards.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They start the drive with Cook. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and inches at the 43-yard line.
Wentz now to throw to Jefferson on the slant. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
At the 22-yard.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 22, Wentz. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one will be accepted. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Wentz. That'll be complete to Cook. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call PPR?
The receiver still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
And this one is right down the middle. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Panthers nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, but it's going to be second down.
21-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard
And now out comes Minnesota. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case. Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the ground, McCaffrey. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Throwing his Wentz. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he goes out right around the 39. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Now this will make it into the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Vikings head out to take over once again.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From midfield, here's Wentz. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On 3rd and short, the fullback Burton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, big man with ball meant bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Opening man is Anderson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And it's caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. It's the Vikings' turn. We get ready for their first possession. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the 27, Wentz. And this will be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either. Once he gets those legs churning, look out. Into the red zone, Wentz. That's complete, right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
At the 7-yard line.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals this time.
After review of the play.
So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Richie James on the return. The Panthers take over first and 10. At their own 20.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
But it's 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Back to throw again. Able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eric Kendricks. And that will force a turnover on downs. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of the time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Now a man open down the middle of the field, busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago. Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why'd you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Complete to Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey, the complete package. He's got the power, the hands, the agility, and he certainly also has the speed as evidenced there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. On play action, they'll throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He's good. That ties the game at 17.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Oh, going for Jefferson down. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Anderson, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And out. 4th down.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the kicking team.
And now hang on here. The door Can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the fourth on the punt fumble. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there. Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and 1, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that? Snap. They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Down right around the 25. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
tackle made at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They run. Cook. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Richie James on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Panthers.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
He's back to throw. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Richie James. Incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here we go with McCaffrey. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down into 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out first downs.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts him in striking distance, and let me tell you something. Forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. And, boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Back to throw. Wentz. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Panthers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason